call this song Alice's Restaurant, but Alice's Restaurant isn't the name of the restaurant, that's just the name of the song. That's why I call this song Alice's Restaurant. But it all started about 2 Thanksgivings ago. That's 2 years ago on Thanksgiving when we went up to visit Alice at the restaurant. But Alice doesn't live at the restaurant. She lives in the Church Bell Tower nearby the restaurant with her husband Ray and Fosh the dog. And living up in the Church Bell Tower like that, they had a lot of room downstairs where the pews used to be. And having all that room downstairs, seeing as how they'd taken out all the pews, they decided they didn't have to take out their garbage for a long time. We got up there, saw that garbage, and decided it'd be a nice friendly gesture for us to take the garbage down to the city dump. That's what we did. Took half a ton of garbage, put it in the red VW microbus with shovels and rakes and implements of destruction, and headed on towards the city dump. Well, we got there, and there's a big chain across the road with a sign saying closed on Thanksgiving, and we had never heard of a dump being closed on Thanksgiving. So with tears in our eyes, we headed off into the sunset looking for another place to put the garbage. But we didn't find one till we came to a side road, and off the side of the side road was a 15-foot cliff and another pile of garbage. Well, we figured better put ours down than to bring that one up, and it's better to have one big pile than 2 little piles, so that's what we did. We threw ours down, went back to the church, had a Thanksgiving dinner and couldn't be beat. Went to sleep and didn't get up till the next morning. We got a phone call from Officer Obey. He said, "Kid, found an envelope with your name on it at the bottom of half a ton of garbage, and I'd like to know if you had any information about it." I said, "Officer Obey, I cannot tell a lie. I put that envelope underneath that garbage." Well, so after talking for about 45 minutes over the telephone, he came to the truth of the matter and decided that we had to go down to the station. Now, friends, there's only 2 things I figured Obey could have done with us at the station. The first was, he could have given us a medal for being so brave and honest over the telephone, which we didn't expect. The second was, it could have made us go down and pick up the garbage, which is what we expected. But when we got there, there's a third possibility which none of us had thought of, and we was both immediately arrested, handcuffed. And I said, "Obey, I don't think I can pick up the garbage with these handcuffs on." He said, "Shut up, kid. Get in the back of the patrol car." And that's what we did. Got in the back of the patrol car and drove to the, quote, scene of the crime, unquote. Well, let me tell you about the town of Stockbridge, Massachusetts. That's where this all happened. It's got 3 stop signs, 2 police officers, and 1 police car. But when we got to the scene of the crime, there was 5 police officers and 3 police cars, this being the biggest crime in the last 50 years, and everybody wanted to get in a newspaper story about it. And they was using up all sorts of cop equipment which they'd had laying around the police station. They was taking plaster dog, car track dog smelling prints and footprints, and they took 27 8x10, 27 glossy pictures with circles and arrows and paragraph on the back of each one explaining which each one was about to be used as evidence against us. And they took pictures of the approach, the getaway. That's not to mention the aerial photography. Well, after the ordeal was over, we all went back to the station. He said, "Kid, I'm going to throw you in the cell." that's what he did. He threw us in the cell, but he said, "First, kid, I want your wallet and your belt." I said, "Obie, I can see why you want my wallet, so I can't spend any money while I'm in the cell, but what do you want my belt for?" He said, "Kid, we don't want any hangings." I said, "Obie, you think I'm gonna hang myself for littering?" Well, friends, Obie was, because he took off the toilet seats, I couldn't hit myself over the head and drown. And he took off the roll so I couldn't bend the bars. Throw the toilet paper out the window, slide down the roll, and have an escape. He was just making sure. When about 4 or 5 hours later, when Alice, remember Alice? This is a song about Alice. Alice came by with a few nasty words to Obie on the side, bailed us out of jail. We went back to the church, had another Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat. Went to sleep and didn't get up till the next morning when we had to go to court. But we walked in, sat down. Obie came in with his 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one, and he sat down. Judge came in with a CNI dog, and he sat down. We sat down. CNI dog sat down. And Obie looked at the CNI dog. And then it is 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with circles and arrows and the paragraph on the back each one explained what each one was about. And then he looked at the CNI dog. And it is 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with the circles and arrows and the paragraph on the back each one explaining which each one was about to be used as evidence against us. And he began to cry because he realized it was a typical case of American blind justice, and there wasn't nothing he could do about it. And the judge wasn't gonna look at his 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with the circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one, and we was fined $50 and had to pick up the garbage. But that isn't what I came to tell you about. See, I come to tell you about the draft. Well, there's a building down in New York called Whitehall Street. That's where you go get injected, inspected, neglected, detected, injected, and selected. I went in there to get my physical examination one day. Got good and drunk the night before, so I'd look and feel my best when I went in there that morning. I wanted to be the all-American boy from New York City. And I went in there, I was hummed down, hung up, and all sorts of mean, nasty, ugly things. And I went in there, the sergeant came over to me and said, "Kid, that's a paper." He said, "Take this paper, go up to room 604 and see the psychiatrist." That's what I did. Went up to room 604, saw the psychiatrist. I went up there, I went up to him and said, "You know, I want to kill. I want to kill. I want to see blood and gore and guts, eat dead bird bodies and have veins in my teeth. I mean, kill, kill, kill." And I started jumping up and down, screaming, "Kill, kill, kill." And the shrink started jumping up and down with me, and we were both jumping up and down, yelling, "Kill, kill, kill." And the sergeant came over to me, pinned the medal on me, and said, "Kid, you're our boy." Sent me on down the hall. Wasn't feeling too good about it. Going through all sorts of injections, inspections, detections. I was there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I was there for a long time, and it was giving me all sorts of injections, inspections, and they wasn't leaving no part untouched, doing all sorts of mean, nasty, ugly things. And I I came to the very last man. I went in there, I sat down, and I said to him, "What do you want?" Came up to me and said, "Kid, there's one last thing we want to know. Have you ever been arrested?" Well, so I proceeded to tell him the story about the half a ton of garbage and the red VW microbus with shovels and rakes and some implements of destruction. He said, "Hold it right there, kid. Have you ever been to court?" So I proceeded to tell him the story about the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with the circles and arrows and the paragraph on the back of each one explaining each one was about to be used evidence. And he said, "Hold it right there, kid. Go over and sit down on the bench over there," says Group W. Well, I went over to sit down on the bench here, says Group W. It's where you might go if you ain't moral enough to join the army. There's all sorts of mean, nasty, ugly-looking people on the bench there in front of me. I mean, there was father stabbers, and there was mother rapers, and there was father rapers. There was father rapers sitting right there on the bench in front of me, and I went over there, and the biggest, meanest, nastiest, ugliest father raper of them all came over to me and sat down next to me and said, "Kid, what'd you get?" I said, "I didn't get nothing. I had to pay $50 to pick up the garbage." I said, "What'd you get arrested for, kid?" I said, "Littering." And they all moved away from me on the bench there until I said, "And creating a nuisance." And they all moved back, and we were just having a groovy time on the bench there, smoking cigarettes and talking about mother raping, father raping, and all sorts of mean, nasty, ugly things. And then the sergeant came over to us, had some papers in his hands. He said, "Kids, this paper right there, and that said, that's not sent us. We don't know the name of the judge and the name of the judge and the way the prosecutor's charged to the town. You two prosecuted in the name of the town, and I want to know." He said it talked for 45 minutes, and none of us understood a single word he said, but we had fun filling out the forms and playing with the pencils. I turned over on this. I wrote all down about the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures and the half a ton of garbage, and then on the other side, in the middle of the other side, bold lettering, italics, quotated, read the following words: "Kids, have you rehabilitated yourselves?" Well, I went over to the sergeant and I said, "Sergeant, you got an awful lot of damn gall asking me if I've rehabilitated myself. I mean, you want to know if I'm moral enough to join the army, burn women, children, and villages after being a litter bug?" Looked at me and said, "Kid, we don't like your kind. And we're gonna send your fingerprints off to Washington, and friends, somewhere in Washington, enshrined in this little folder is a study in black and white of my fingerprints. And the only reason I'm here today, the only reason I'm here singing this song today is because you might know someone who's in a similar situation. Or you might be in a similar situation. If you're in such a similar situation, there's only one thing you can do. Walk into the shrink and say, "You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant." Walk out. Imagine someone went in there, sang the bar, Alice's restaurant, and walked out. They'd think he's crazy and they wouldn't take him. And if two people did it, well, they think they're both faggots, they wouldn't take either of them. And if three people walked in singing of our house's restaurant and walked out, well, they'd think it was an organization. And if 50 people, could you imagine 50 people a day walking in singing of our house's restaurant and walking out? Well, they'd think it was a movement, and that's just what it is. It's the anti-Alice's Restaurant, anti-Massa Creed movement, and all you got to do to join is singing of our Alice's Restaurant with feeling. So we're gonna wait for it to come around on the guitar here again, and y'all got to sing nice and loud when it comes. Here it comes. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Said you can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. I said walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. That's horrible. We're gonna change, stop war and stuff. You gotta sing loud. So I've been singing this song for about 25 minutes. I ain't proud or tired. I could go on singing for another 25 minutes. So we're gonna wait for it to come around on the guitar here again. Y'all gotta sing nice and loud when it comes. That's what we're doing, waiting for it to come around on the guitar. Here we go.